guys, this is going to be our supine yoga abs sequence. So we'll start out down on the back. You're going to swing your legs out front. Take an exhale with control. Roll yourself down. And settle your upper body onto the floor. Make sure that the neck is comfortable and the shoulders are relaxed. We'll draw the knees into the chest, and we'll just start out with a little warm-up to start engaging the abs, bringing the hands onto the front of the shins and pull the knees in toward the center. There's this nice little resistance from the arms. Palms are pushing away, knees are drawing in, and that resistance, you'll feel it scoop in those lower abs for you. Then gradually you'll start to make little movements. So the arms start to win that little pushing war, and then the knees start to win. So just going back and forth, but maintaining that resistance between the palms and the thighs. This is a really nice way to start out your core work because it brings so much awareness and it starts to just build up a little bit of heat in the belly. Trying to keep with your breath. We inhale as the legs go away, exhale, the knees come in. And then one more breath like that. Okay, now we're going to alternate, bringing the hand onto the side of the legs. Push the legs over toward the side, almost like you're trying to come into a twist, but the hand is resisting. And then over to the other side. Press into the hand, give a little resistance. Take a deep breath. So we're relaxed even though we're using effort in this pose. Back to your center, over to the other side. Try and hold that side for at least a whole breath, maybe 2 or 3 if you feel really comfortable over there. I'm probably starting to feel that activation down the sides into your obliques. Okay, let's do one more each side. Then drawing the knees in toward your chest. You're just going to start to rock from side to side. Really important to make sure that your lower back is happy anytime that you're doing abdominal work. You run that risk that if you push yourself a little bit too far, the effort is going to change from being on the abs to being on the lower back, and those muscles are going to fatigue really quickly and we don't want to strain them. So just be mindful that the lower back is always happy. From here, let's take the legs straight up. Bring the hands down along the sides of the body. Press the palms down into the floor gently. And we're going to start to sway the legs from side to side, just a few inches in each direction. But keeping control, that's the most important part. Anytime that you're doing work for your abs or work for your core, if you slow the movement down and try to execute it with a little bit more precision, you're going to get more out of it than if you rush through. Our core is all about stability and control in our body, so when you're trying to strengthen it, it's good to pull those elements into your workout. As you get comfortable, try to make that movement a little bit larger. Kind of like a upside down clock, like a grandfather clock as the legs tick back and forth. Come back into the center. Now reach up through the heels. Get the back of the legs nice and long. We're going to start to make a circle. Starting out small. We're using our deep breath here. Another thing to keep in mind while you're doing your core work, because the diaphragm is really close to the abs, there's a tendency that if you're really efforting when you do your ab work, that you're going to hold your breath or you're going to strain. So keep that in mind. Make sure that you stay smooth in your breath. And then as you're comfortable with these circles, maybe make the circumference a little bit larger. Once you're ready, switch, come in the opposite direction. So this is a really nice one because we're working the abs, we're also getting a little bit of work in the legs, and then the lower back is kind of rolling around on the mat as the legs move, so we get a massage to keep the lower back happy. Okay, one more circle this way. Back up, fold the legs in. Take a deep breath. Now let's roll ourselves up. Bring the forearms down onto the mat. As you come into this position, make sure that you don't start to sink down or let the shoulders slide up toward the ears. We want to stay really lifted in the chest and draw the shoulder blades back. So check that alignment and then pull the knees into the chest. We're just going to start a little alternating reach. One leg out, in, and then other leg out and in. Keep the lower back long and make sure that there's no strain. Focusing on length down the leg every time you extend. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to curl it in. Now a little bit harder. We straighten the leg up, lower it down, lift it up, and then fold it in. As you do this movement, keep control with the lower abs. Make that leg descent really slow. And then lift it with control. Draw the legs in. Alright, now you can either stay with the one leg alternating left and right. If you're more comfortable, you can start to do two legs at the same time. We're just going to come out, tap the heels, pull the knees in. Make sure you keep good posture in the upper body. Chest stays lifted, lower back is straight. This movement's going to depend on how comfortable you're here. You can maybe send the heels out really far. If you're a beginner, stay close. Make sure that you keep that control. Alright, taking a little rest. Now we're going to inhale, send the legs up, lower them down, sweep the knees in. Big circle with the legs. If this is a little bit too much on the back, alternate the legs. So whatever version you are more comfortable with. And then we'll reverse that circle. Alright, let's release the legs, roll ourselves down. Take the knees in toward the chest. Send the legs up into a tabletop position so that the shins are parallel to the floor. Arms out to the sides from the body a little bit. We take our inhale. Maintain this 90-degree angle at the knees. As we exhale, we lower the legs to the right. Tap them down onto the mat or maybe hover up off the floor if you want a little more challenge. Our inhale comes back up to center. Check that 90-degree angle. We exhale to the left. Either resting on the floor or hovering the knees up off the floor for a little more challenge. We want to get into a nice rhythm with this one. A nice alternation from left and right with our breath. And you're going to feel it as you draw the legs back up to center. You're going to be pushing into the hand on that side to give yourself a little bit more lift. So the closer the arms are in toward the body, the more difficult it's going to be because you're not going to have that extra support from the arms. come back into the middle, draw the knees in. Now let's open the knees, drop the feet down, come into Baddha Konasana, Supta Baddha Konasana, down on the back. Take the hands into a steeple position, reach the mat toward the opposite wall. Now we're going to do some little crunches with the upper body on our exhale. Then relax yourself down. Drop the arms down. We're going to take the legs up. Take the hands back into that steeple position. 10 more crunches here. Release everything down. Taking your deep breath. Next one's going to be a little bit more challenging. Let's flip the hands over, press the palms down into the floor. Lift the feet up into Baddha Konasana. Now we're going to lift the lower back just slightly and pull the legs in. Make sure that as you do that, you're not straining in the upper body. You can press the hands down slightly to get a little more lift, but make sure that you're not straining or tensing in the face, the neck, or the shoulders. So little pulses on your exhale. Just get that little bit of lift, and you're going to feel that in the very deep lower ab muscles. All right, take the knees in. Maybe rock from side to side. Lower back is still happy.